The podcast you're about to hear was made with Anchor. Make your own podcast for free at anchor.fm.
So I'm taking a break from doing some coding, working on JavaScript for a startup I'm a part of, and right now my head is going to go through a wall because things I'm trying to do aren't working, which is very typical when it comes to programming. We'll say that, programming. Because, one day things work, and then the next day you go to do the same thing, and it just doesn't work the same way. Maybe it's the front end's different this time, maybe it's the back end's different this time. Whatever it is an issue. And this is a web app that I'm working on for a startup, and this whole thing is really much based around a graphical user interface called a GUI. Well, if anyone doesn't know that, and so it's been a struggle, and it reminds me of a quote. I don't remember if it was in The Cathedral and the Bazaar by Eric Raymond, who I mentioned earlier today, and in the first initial cast, we'll call this. But somewhere along the lines, I read something where he mentioned that don't write a GUI, a graphical user interface, until you absolutely have to, which is kind of the whole web app thing is backwards then, right? So if we're going off of his history of understanding hacking and coding and making things work, however it is that it takes to make them work, we're doing it backwards. No, I'm doing it backwards. In this situation, I have a graphical user interface I'm trying to manipulate through this JavaScript, and it's just not playing well. So I wonder if I would just get rid of it, and if I would find the issue and then build around it. That being said, the interface is not very well produced. It's not very far in its what do I call it? It's not in its final stage by any means. The startup is literally a startup. There's nothing else going on. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can get any more bare bones. It's been difficult. It's been difficult. Having real-time changes based on input on a web page is proving to be quite difficult. It works well in the excuse me. It works well in the examples I have in all my tests. But then you gotta implement these things. It just does not work the way you intended it or expected it. Quite often, it just doesn't work, and that's a bit of a problem. So, thanks for listening to this little rant here. Sorry about earlier, I got cut off. I don't know how long these can be. I hear 5 minutes. I thought I saw 6 minutes on my phone earlier today. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's it, guys. And that was a short little rant. Thanks for listening. And until next time, we'll just Control-Z, BG, and disown.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.